What up, yo? It's me, Hector. I'm here to help you make some more money and do it in a meaningful way. And today's topic is really about making money from your phone and all the crazy things that you can do, amazing ways that you can do it. So if you're here, if you're tuning in, replay, always let me know. I love the replay ninjas and the replay addicts because those people really make my, really push these videos a long ways and love my livers too. So if you guys are catching this live, let me know who's here. Happy Friday, and the first week of January is pretty much over. So isn't that kind of crazy? Isn't that kind of wild to think about? So anyways, we're going to get into some of this stuff, and I wanted to share with you guys some kind of just interesting topics. Check this out, right? It says that over 115% of people like telecommuting jobs have risen over 115% over the last decade. And I just think that that's so crazy, right? That's so amazing for us and for people, and to know that the world is shifting to the internet, right? That the world is shifting to the internet. So I'm curious if you guys are on and catching this live, or even if you're on the replay and you guys work from home, let me know. Or if you wish, like if working from home or working, from wherever you want, being location independent is something that's important to you, let me know if that's something that you're chasing, because I remember for me that was a big thing for me, was being able to work where I wanted to. And so well, the cool thing is that the world is becoming more and more okay with people being able to work from home, and in more and more kind of typical and regular jobs, there's more opportunities to work from home. And so it's just a great opportunity for people as well. Trace, happy new year to you as well. So let's kind of get into it. And I wrote down some notes about why it is, but I just think about, for a lot of people who are kind of stuck in areas where they don't have a lot of opportunity. Like I drive through a lot of towns and I see a lot of cities that they don't have like a very booming industry. They don't have a booming commerce, or they don't have like a whole lot of things going on for their city. And so there's just not a lot of jobs there. There's not a lot of industry there. There's not a lot of money to be made around there. And so I think for those people, what's amazing about the internet is that no matter where you live, you're not just succumbing, and you're not just at the mercy of the people who live around you. And so it really allows people to make money, otherwise they only, have the jobs that were around them. I also think about, some other things in terms of really being, stuck and being unfulfilled. And what I love about entrepreneurship and utilizing, Facebook and utilizing your cell phone and utilizing social media is that it allows you to be able to pick and choose and do whatever it is that you want. I had so many friends growing up who just were unsure about what they were going to do with their life, right? They didn't know what it is that what decisions they wanted to make, or what path they wanted to take, what career they wanted to get into. And the challenge is that in previous generations, people worked at the same job for 10, 20, 30 years. Whereas I've started a business and we've literally pivoted 3 times over this last year, right? We've started pivoting 3 different times over the last year, and all of that was so that we could find ways to be successful. All of that because we wanted to find ways to challenge and push ourselves. So when you get into entrepreneurship, when you get into business, what you realize is that you are able to start leveraging some of these things to to impact more than just your business. It can really be really about your life. So Jennifer, put the baby down, and I think that how awesome is that, right? Like my fiance, she also has an online business, and I'm lucky enough that I get to stay home and kind of help her. And I just think back to the people who were, raising families and having to go and be, away from their home for 40 or 50 hours a week. Like when I think about it, like I want to be around for my kids' development. I want to be around for my, I'm having twins now. Well, that's what the plan is now. We'll see, and I'll keep you guys updated on how things are going throughout these next several months. But I love that for me, it allows me to, to be at home, and allows me to spend time with my family, as opposed to going and working in a space where I'm not going to be able to enjoy that. So Lawrence and Abed, Lawrence wants to work from home. Abed says that he works from home, and hi Cindy, TJF to you as well. So I think that those are all out there. And I think that what's great about it is that when you leverage some of these things, all of those things that people are chasing are out there too. Lots of money, right? Yes, you can make lots of money by doing really cool things. And what I love is that having, leveraging the internet makes it very, very profitable. I started in the brick and mortar kind of business. I started in direct sales, and every year I paid $24,000 just for the rent of my space. Right, it was $2,000 a month for a C space building. In a C space building, and it was it wasn't a great office, but I had to pay that just to do business. And so I think about the opportunities that people have to create businesses that are so profitable, so lean, have so much, that are able to benefit. The money is, I don't want to say it's easier because it's not necessarily easier, but it's more efficient online. It goes farther. What's going on, Paul? Good to see you as well. And Jennifer says that it's the day-to-day joy of kids that you miss out on when you're out of the house. Absolutely. And I think that it's the day-to-day of a lot of things. So we're going to talk about that. And, so some of you guys are getting into this space because you want to travel. And some of you guys, it's not really about the family. And some of you guys, it's about being able to go wherever you want, travel wherever you want, pick up your stuff and go. And I love that I have friends in this space who, they're constantly traveling, and they live out of a backpack, and they make money from their phone and from their laptop. And it's a beautiful thing that our world even allows that kind of stuff. So we're going to talk about some of the tips that you can do that. But really what we're going to get into is how to make money from your phone. And I'll share with you that right now, if you are thinking about it, right? If you're like, oh, I'm kind of stuck in this regular space, or I'm kind of in this like normal, I'm in this rut. Right now is the time to act, right? Right now is the time to go out there and to create a location independent business, to go out there and to create a digital nomadic lifestyle, to go out there and create those things that you want, because I'll tell you, it's only going to get more complicated, right? It's only going to get harder. Right now it's easier, and so it's only going to get more complicated. The tech is only going to get more complex, and it's only going to get more crowded, meaning that everybody's going to start coming in. Like, everybody has a personal brand now. Everybody's trying to make money online. Everybody, wants to be a little mini celebrity. And so what I want to share with you is that right now is probably the best time to get in so that you can take advantage of this early gold rush. Like, it's still an early gold rush for sure. Like, there is still opportunity to be made. And I'll tell you that in 5-10 years, like this point is going to be past us, and it's not going to be about social media. It's going to be about virtual reality. It's going to be about augment, right? There's going to be all these new playgrounds to play in. So by getting in now, it's actually going to make it easier for you as you continue to, build and grow. So, yesterday, guys, we got double digits in hearts. So I'm not going to ask for hearts today. I'm going to ask for wows. Can we do it? Can we get to double digit wows? We've only got one. I would love for us to get to double digit wows. Like, that would make my day if you guys can help me do that. So I appreciate you digging the hat, Will. I figured I might as well just run with it. My ears are cold, and I love pandas, so let's do it. So should we get into why? Should we get into what it is that we do? And I'm going to ask you guys a question. I'm curious about you guys. What are you guys looking like? Do you have an idea about how you want to make money from your phone? Like, if you do, throw it down there, and I want to help you expand on it. I want to help you grow that. I want to help you to market that. Or do you know, or do you have no idea, right? And if you don't, let me know, and you can just say, I have no idea either. Because I think that both of those are very, very valid places. And both of those are very, very, admirable places to be. So it looks like we got almost there. We got 6 wows. So we need 4 more wows. So if you guys, thank you so much for doing that. But if you guys get any value, let's see if we can do that. Let's do a little social experiment, see if we can get to double digit wows. Yesterday we got 12 or 13 hearts. So let's see if we can get some wows in here. So Dane says he sells white label products using a funnel. Okay, cool. So when I think about that, right, what I love about Dane is really starting to utilize marketing, right? Utilizing live video, utilizing this platform to kind of get people to know about him, right? Like, all of a sudden, I start seeing Dane pop up in my feed, and all of a sudden, I see Dane talking about a particular topic. I see Dane talking about a particular subject. I'm automatically going to think, this guy is, this guy's knowledgeable. If I tune in a little bit more because he's talking about specific problems that I have, specific things that I'm looking for, if he is addressing the needs that I have, well, then I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to tune in and I'm going to see, all right, does this guy actually have what he's talking? Does he know what he's talking about, right? Because the headline will get someone to click, the headline will get someone to watch, but you've obviously got to deliver and be able to convert them into people, right? Convert them into to customers. So let me share with you what it is that you need in order to start making money. Are you down? Is that cool? Lawrence says, wow. Guys, it looks like we are at 9 wows. We need one more like wow face, right? The little yellow wow face, to get to double digits. And I would love you guys, all of you guys forever. So let's try and get there. But here's what I want to share with you. The first thing that you got to have is you got to have your why, for 2 reasons. The first, and you guys have all heard this, and right, whatever, and about my why, and it's kind of overplayed. But I talked at our Influencer Summit on purpose, and purpose is so important for a couple of reasons, right? Purpose is important because, so let's see, making money from your phone. So we got to have our why, right? And what I mean by that is we got to know internally why it is that we're going after something, right? We've got to know internally what it is that we're chasing. And the reason that is, and Paul, it's Ecamm. Ecamm is the screen share software I use. So what we do is we need to know our why. We need to know our personal why, and then we need to know our customers' why, right? We need to know our why. And the reason is that we know that entrepreneurship is hard as hell, and we know that it's really difficult in order for us to be able to sustain a lot of times that motivation that we have, right? And a lot of times it's really, really important for us to just be hyper aware of what the reason is that we're doing it, right? Can we all agree? Like, if you guys think that why, like knowing your why and having a strong why is important, let me know. Like, I know a lot of people have caught on to that. Some people haven't yet, and that's totally okay. But I'm just curious, is knowing your personal why really, really important to you as a business owner? Now, the second reason that you need to know is you need to know your customers' why. And what I mean by that is you need to know why your customers need you. You need to know what their pain points are. You need to know what their desires are. You need to know what it is that they're really, really chasing, right? And not only their external desires, right? Like, you don't need to know like, I want this trophy, or I want to lose weight, or whatever it is. But you need to know like their internal desires about what it is that they're chasing, right? Like, underneath, what insecurities, what doubts, what emotions, what are they chasing there, right? Like, when I'm writing an ad, every time I create an ad, I try and get into the mindset of those people, right? And so I get, I think about like, okay, this person wants this product, right? And if they want that product, like, what's motivating it? Is it because they're insecure about the way that they look? Is it because they want to be, they want to have more status? They want to be more powerful. They want to have more esteem, right? Like, what are they really, really, really chasing? And if you know that, and if you can speak to that stuff, then what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to create a product. You're going to be able to create a marketing plan. You're going to be able to create a community of things that actually provide what people actually want. So does that make sense, right? So if you want to make money, you need to know why you're doing it, because also, like, nobody is going to make you do it, right? Nobody is going to force you to make money from your phone. Nobody's going to fire you if you don't get up and work that day. And that's the beautiful thing, is that if you don't want to work that day, don't work, right? If you want to sleep in a little bit, sleep in. There's all these opportunities, that you can take because you're your own boss. However, at that same time, that requires a lot of discipline. At that same time, that requires a lot of people to, have a lot of integrity in what they say, not only to what they say to other people, but what they say to themselves, right? So you got to know your why, but then you also got to know internally, what is your customer chasing? You got to know what do they actually want out of it, right? And a lot of it is not the product. Like, I said something one time at a mastermind that really resonated with a lot of people, and I've been repeating it since, and that's that when you sell a product, you're not selling a product. What you are doing is you're selling an identity. You're selling an identity of who that person is going to become because they buy your product, right? I notice that when people buy stuff, like there's this energy and there's this emotion. They're like, I'm ready to become that person that you told me I could become with your product. So when you are selling something, when you are pitching something, when you are whatever it is that you're doing, stop looking at it as just a product. Stop looking at it as just a service, and even go beyond just you take it one step further than the result and go to what it is that you actually like what type of person you are allowing your client to become because they are using your business. So that's what you want to go to. The second thing that you got to know is you got to know your what, right? You got to know your what. And what I mean by what is you got to know either are you selling a product or are you selling a service, right? Product or service. Now, I know Dane is said that he is selling white label services, right? I'm curious what the rest of you guys are selling. I'm curious what else do you guys sell? Just let me know. Is it product or is it services? But you got to know what it is that you sell. And here's the thing. This takes a lot of time to figure out if you're creating it all on your own. Now, I was fortunate and both unfortunate at the very beginning of my internet marketing and my digital marketing career to not get started in affiliate marketing. And affiliate marketing is actually essentially you're selling someone else's service. You're selling someone else's product. And I guess the thing is that I had been selling someone else's product since I was 17 years old in the direct sales world. And so I was ready to create my own product. But the challenge with creating your own product and creating your own service is that you have to do all of the customer research. You have to do all of the testing. You have to do all of the iteration. You have to do all of like there is a big there's a big building out phase of not only building it, but then also figuring out, does this actually work, and being willing to test and being willing to iterate all this stuff so you can find out if your product and if your service is actually viable, right? And there's lots of ways to hack this and there's lots of ways to do this quicker, but essentially you need to figure out what is your product or what is your service that you're going to sell, right? And you need to figure out, is this a good product that you're selling? Is this a good service that you're providing? And then how can you make that product and that service ideal? So there's a big iteration process. Alicia says that he's doing services, lead gen for high ticket clients, and business development for creatives. Awesome. Okay, so he's very defined, and I know that we had a very good conversation about this, Alicia. And so your what was pretty defined. Cindy says that she sells a service, so that's awesome. I love that. So let's take that over here, and we're gonna put that because it seems like you guys have a very clear idea, at least of your what. And the last is your how, right? You need to figure out how you're gonna sell your how. And here's the thing, right? You can either sell your how through what I'm just gonna call sales copy, and that could be video. You can sell your how in groups, or you can sell your how one-on-one. But you've got to know, how are you selling, right? And the beautiful thing about internet marketing and the beautiful thing about digital marketing is that you can utilize any and all of these things. And there's no right answer for which one that you should take, right? But there are some people who I know who are really, really, really awkward one-on-one and really, really awkward in person. But they do amazing because they understand customer psychology, and they do amazing because they understand people's people's pain points and people's desires, and so they're able to really trigger those. And I know some people, right, like myself, I love getting in front of a live audience, whether it's like this, and people are watching me through their phone, or whether people are actually watching me in person, right? I love getting in front of people, and I also know that this platform allows me, if I wanted to sell something. I'm not selling anything right now, but if I wanted to, I could sell some of you on something if I wanted to, right? This, when you have people in a group, there is something that happens when people are in a group and there's multiple people, right? 13, 14 people are on this. At one point we had 20 people on this. So people are like, okay, this is resonating with some people, so they stick around. And then out of those, a certain group of people are ready to take action and are ready to take your services or are ready to buy your product or whatever it is. Like, I'll tell you right now, we just are going to start working with a new client, and they host they're a nutrition place and a personal fitness. They're like a whole suite in the, they're a gym, but they do a lot of stuff, and they host free nutrition classes every Thursday. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to run a webinar style funnel. We're going to run an event funnel to those people's businesses. And so out of those people, there's going to be a certain amount that are going to show up. And then out of those, there's going to be a certain amount of people who are going to sign up. And then there's going to be a certain amount of people who are going to come. And then out of those people, some of them are going to buy, and some of them are going to take memberships and stuff like that. And so it's going to be, like there's lots of different ways that you can leverage this. And it's not just for digital products. It's not just for courses. It's not just for that. These things work for the oldest stuff in the book. Thomas says the panda hat has already sold me. I love pandas. And I love Kung Fu Panda. So I've never actually met a real panda. But if every panda acted and sounded like Jack Black, then I would love them forever. And the last is one-on-ones. And a lot of you guys are doing high-ticket services, and a lot of you guys are doing high-ticket clients. And what that is a lot of times you have to get someone on the phone, right? Like before we were on this call, before I jumped on this live, I was actually on one-on. Well, actually, it was 2-on-2. It was me and my partner, and then it was also him and his partner, and they were on. They were on the call, and sometimes it takes that one-on-one attention for them to walk through and understand everything that you provide. So when you understand this, when you do this, right, when you know this, it now allows you to be able to make money from your phone, because you could either design a Facebook page, right, and a chatbot combination that allows you to sell through your sales copy and your blogs and stuff. Or you can get people on a Facebook Live or on a live training or on a webinar, or get people to a live event and sell them in a group. Or you can get them on a one-on-one call and pitch them that way. So lots of different ways in which you can do that. I'm going to hang out for a little bit to answer any questions. It seems like we had a few people drop off, and that usually comes from people not engaging always. So, oh no, what happened? So I want to thank all of you guys for, just being awesome. And Thomas and Brian and Lucy and Larry and Tim, Ryan, Mo, Paul, Trace. I mean, all of you guys for giving love. You guys are amazing people. And I can't thank you enough. Saul, Mike, Will, Anna, Ruth, my baby. I love you. I hope you're feeling better. So all of you guys, just it makes means the world to me to be able to hang out with you guys. So feel free to throw down any questions if you guys have any. I'm gonna stick around for just a few seconds here to invite some last people and make sure that there's no questions. But obviously, if you guys enjoyed this, then let me know, and I very much appreciate it. Lauren says, what do I sell? I sell marketing services. So I sell marketing services, and I also sell courses, and I also sell live events, and I have a mastermind program. So I sell lots of shit, right? But I'd say that if they all are aligned, what I really try and do is for my students, I really help them make more money in a meaningful way. That's the purpose of our Millennial Skills. And for HD marketing is really to help business owners translate the value that their business can provide into the digital space. And so that's really what I help customers do, and that's what I help clients do. So that's what I'm selling, and hopefully that makes sense. So let's see. A party bus business. I love it, Lawrence. So that's great. And what I love about it is that you can utilize things like Instagram. You can utilize things like Snapchat. You can utilize things like those are probably the two that I would start with, right? To be able to reach your audience in a way that was never possible before. So you could run a video ad or a little Snapchat story of things that are going on your buses, right? Or obviously, hopefully it's, decent stuff, but all the fun stuff that happens on your bus, you can create a little Snapchat like video and go, hey, this is us on a Friday night. If you want to book your birthday party, here next, week or next month or whatever it is, just swipe up. And so it now allows for you to be able to create these connections with people who were never possible before. So hopefully that makes sense for you as well. And influencers is huge, right? That's big for sure. All right, guys. If you guys don't have any questions, I'm gonna peace out, and I'm gonna go make some food because I'm hungry. I still get hungry too. The panda gets hungry. And if you guys have any questions, throw those down there, and I'll try and come back and answer them. All right, guys. Love you. Have an amazing Friday. Peace out, y'all.